Welcome to Lounge TV. I'm Larry.
And I'm Joe.
And we are doing a Keeping It Real today.
We should just say, I'm Joe, and we're keeping it real.
We're keeping it real. There's a subject that me and Joe, we've been talking. Joe and I. It was an English subject.
We're talking about grammar.
Grammar and how
proper use.
And how Larry has none.
I had none either. That makes you feel better.
Why are you always correcting me then?
Just every now and again when I know that you're doing something wrong, it means it must be really bad. Like, if I notice it, then you know it's bad. I'm just trying to help you out because we're bros.
It's funny because his dad was an English teacher.
I grew up with it.
So, and also...
You expect me to have better grammar, too. And I don't.
Your dad probably wrote that down so many times on my papers that I would have to, because it was English, you'd have to do some short stories and stuff like that. He probably always wrote, because I probably always was like, well, Larry and me, or something like that. And it's like, no, it's Larry and I.
Yeah, well, saying it is different than writing it down.
I know, it doesn't sound right to me. It's like,
just saying.
I don't know. But anyway, I don't know why we went off there. Anyway, we were talking about the shape of somebody's heart. Not the shape, not the shape of somebody's heart. Well, it is the kind of the shape.
No, everybody's heart's the same size, same shape.
Well, I don't mean literally the shape. Like, is it good or bad?
That wouldn't be shaped, though, would it? That's neither here nor there.
It's neither here nor there. That's one of your favorite sayings.
But it's true, though. It's not.
Guys, one of the things that, one of the things that we've always tried to be is always real with each other and everybody around us. So it's like, one of the things that I think, and I was thinking about this a lot today, is like, the people that I surround myself with, the majority of them, all have good hearts. And when I say good hearts, it's like, there's a Bible saying, right? And the Bible saying goes, out of your mouth comes the abundance of your heart. So, and it's a great saying because it's like, what you're saying, the way you are towards other people, the way the way you treat other people, the way it comes out of your mouth, it reflects what your heart is. Is your heart good or bad? Is it evil?
Yeah.
And I think today's society, like I was sharing with Joe earlier, is like today's society, because of the internet now we're seeing it a lot more through text messages or tweets or whatever
yeah, written down.
Well, doesn't matter what platform you're at, you can see. And I think that's a telltale sign of your heart, right? Doesn't mean that you can't fix your heart, right? Doesn't mean you can't work on yourself, but you need to reflect on yourself.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes it easier for you to reflect on yourself because if you look back on what you wrote a year ago.
But you have to be actually thinking, should I be?
If you're
some people don't even
reflect back because they're in the mindset that it doesn't.
That they're okay, or they feel justified that they wrote something down or they said something to somebody. That's the other thing is you can rationalize till the cows come home of why you did something. Like somebody.
I mean, there's times that I've been angry with somebody, and I'll say something that I don't mean. You know what I mean?
Or wrote something down. I've tweeted out stuff before that was nasty.
Yeah, it's a spur of the moment kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And then I regret it later on. But I think they're the times that we need to have a heart checkup.
You're right. No, you're right.
That we need to sit back
and take a look
and
at
say,
yourself.
What's going on with me that I'm writing this stuff down? Why am I letting it bother me so much? Why am I spewing this back out towards other people or whatever, or towards the person? And I know a lot's been going on with different people where I've noticed where some people are so bitter. They're it's like and I understand that, like somebody you feel has treated you wrong or done something wrong to you, that you become bitter and that you start, I guess, rationalizing why you're saying bad stuff to that person or texting it out or tweeting it out and all that stuff. But in reality, you should be looking at yourself saying, why am I doing this? Like if they are what you say they are, then they're that. But why are you this? You know what I'm saying?
I do. What's the point of calling that? Like, what are you getting out of that? Is that and where? Well, for me, it'd be more where it's coming from. Like, where are your motivations to write that or to say that coming from? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm in an argument with somebody and I say something in the spur of the moment, or do like a tweet in the spur of the moment,
I will say this about
and don't reflect on.
Whenever you have done something like that, I know you turn around and you're like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, you're right. Instantly regret. I have a lot of
You
instant
do an
regrets.
instant health check.
There
or
are,
heart check, just
right,
like that.
Because you try to be a good person, and everybody is flawed. Mm-hmm. Nobody's perfect.
Right.
You're gonna make your mistakes. It's the well thought out,
right,
written things, the well thought out, planned,
right,
text or tweets or Facebook posts or anything,
right.
Even verbally, anything that's planned. That's where you need to really do a hard check. Like if you do something, you do your hard. But the problem is that people that have it planned out, there, it doesn't matter where the hard check is.
Right.
Because it's coming from a different kind of place.
Right, right.
Someone like you is to do something out instantaneously, you realize that it wasn't right because you're a good person. You just happen to react because we're human.
Right.
But the planned and the thought out and the...
Yeah. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody says things in anger. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why the Bible also talks about the tongue is the smallest unit on a person, but yet that creates the most damage.
100%.
It has the words have they have the strength to build somebody up. They have the strength to tear somebody down. Mm-hmm. And I think that when we reflect on ourselves and we look at the way where we're talking to other people or that we're writing, I think, and that's the other thing is like there's people, and I'm sure you've met them in life too, that when you reflect back on them, or you know whether it's through text or tweets or in real life where you're talking to them, you can reflect back and say, wow, they always say bad stuff about other people and stuff like that. It's like, so it kind of showed you where their heart always was.
Yeah, they have that negativity about them. They can't escape it. Yeah.
Right. And I think we always need that to sit back and reflect on ourselves instead of worrying about the other people all the time. Like, and I think that's what happens. Like, you get hurt by somebody, first thing you do is, and I know how my mind is, first thing it is like it keeps going over and over and over. I can't get out of my mind. I want it to go away, but I can't get rid of it. So it's like, oh, they did this, they did that, they did this, they did that. Constantly over in your head. When you keep dwelling on that, then what's going to come out?
Well, nothing more but dwelling on anything causes nothing more but more questions and more issues. Then you're like, well, was this done for that reason? Or when they did this because of that? Mm-hmm. Or is it all time? And then you start convincing yourself that this person could be the worst person in the world, but in all actuality, it could have just been a bad moment.
Right. And then your
mind's a dangerous thing.
And especially with the internet now, I think it's so much...
Dwelling is bad.
It's so different now with the internet because now there can be... You could be attacked by a person on the internet and it really bothers you a lot. And maybe you have words back and forth. Maybe you block each other, which is fine. And by the way, I don't think anything's wrong with blocking anybody. I don't think anybody should ever look down upon somebody for blocking somebody ever. Not at all. Because I think the more mature person blocks or mutes drama out instead of responding. Yeah. But my point is that you can get to that point where you guys are going back and forth and everything, and then all of a sudden this other account might come on and attack you. And often we think that it's got to be that person making another account, right? And then maybe several different ones.
Because it's a similar attack.
Right, exactly. And you think that it's not always the way that the internet works. I mean, I'm sure there are people that make fake accounts and they keep attacking after, one after the other.
So much effort, dude, to just
But sometimes it's just copycats.
To throw hate out there.
It's sometimes it's copycats, and then you're blaming.
But again, it's still effort just to throw hate out there.
I don't understand. Well, I never understand that because it's like I don't like. I understand if somebody hates on you that you're responding to the hate. I understand that. Why? Because instinct is that, right?
I mean, you want to defend yourself.
But I mean. I'll never understand hate after hate after hate, but it says, but it shows you the condition of somebody's heart, though.
100%,
really,
100% does. It really is a transparent, interaction.
And I think more so when it's the written word than
because it's thought out and it takes time. It's not instantaneous,
right? Like I know I've went to tweet something out or text something where I was mad, and all of a sudden I was like, no, don't write that, and then I erase it.
Right.
And I'm like, no, you think about this first before you. I wish there was a pause meter on like tweets or texts and all that stuff, like all of a sudden it just pauses, like, and then words just come up and like, are you sure?
Yeah. Are you sure you want to say this? Well, let me just double
This
check.
could be. I think there's an app for that. I really do.
Well,
I'm
there's
sure.
that in that movie, Into the Internship with Vince Vaughn and Ellen Walsh.
Yeah. I know.
So they come up with the app that you can't send a text or make a phone call or send a picture unless you answer like, all these trivia questions. So when you're drunk, you can't do a drunk
So
text.
you can't. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
just,
right.
you know. But then, you know, that's not instantaneous. In today's society, we have to be instantaneous. We got to send it out. You know?
I'm not the best in instantaneous. I'm better when you give me a second just to say okay.
And that's really a good way to be. I think that's where I think we all
I'm not
can,
the majority of the time. Unfortunately, I react. I'm a reactor.
Yeah. I just think though that like because I've noticed it a lot. Like not as much now as I did when I first went on the internet because I blocked most of it out or mute it.
Well, you're better at it now.
Yeah, and I don't respond. I stay away from all that.
Yeah, you weren't as good on the
as I
internet
can.
as you are now back in the
Right.
day.
And which
Tom will tell you.
which I had to take a step back, reflect on myself, and check my heart. And did I let some evil come into my heart or some anger, and then I was spewing it out? Yes, I did, and that was a big mistake. If I ever said anything bad to any of you guys, sorry about that.
But thanks for sticking around.
Thanks for sticking around, right?
That speaks a lot about your character.
Yeah, but no, but I just, you know, I think this is a good time for everybody, especially the holidays and everything. I think sometimes we
just let
need
it
to-
go, man. It's not worth it. Like
Yeah.
it's not worth holding on to. You're not gonna get anything out of it. You're not gonna gain anything out of it.
Nope.
Just let it go,
Not at
man.
all.
Like I remember we were at I don't think it was you, but we went to this. There was a couple. You might have been at a retreat. There was a retreat at a church at the Olivet Head up in the mountains somewhere, not that far away. And Richie Stevens was a pastor from Kentucky where I went to school, but he was
know
there,
he is.
and he was saying how when you can't forgive somebody, and it's the same type of sense. That you're holding them in a jail.
Oh, yeah.
and you're also stuck there.
Right.
Because you're
guarding them.
You're guarding
They're guarding them, but they're not even in there.
Right, but this is the same exact thing. When you have so much anger towards somebody that you have to keep on portraying,
Yeah.
all you're doing is keeping yourself in a place of darkness, in a
Yes.
place of evil.
Yep.
What's the point?
Yep.
What's the point? It's look to the bright side of things and just let it go.
Yeah. Another-
It's like when somebody gives me the finger when I'm driving. I don't give them a finger back because that's
Laugh.
what they want. No, I just smile, wave at them because they want a reaction. Don't give it to them.
I would probably go to give them the finger back, but they'd be already way past.
Probably.
me,
You
so
drive
it'd be
really
too late. I'm slow with reactions.
Well, that is true as well. On top of the fact.
Things compute a little bit slower. And another great analogy always is that hating somebody is like drinking poison and wishing them dead. That's what it's like. When you hate and you hold bitter resentment towards somebody, it's like you're drinking the poison, but you're wishing them dead.
Oh, now the way you said that time made way more sense.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't say that you were drinking the poison. I thought I was drinking the poison.
No.
And,
If I'm the one that's hating,
I'm like, well, that's perfect. He's going to die. He's drinking poison.
if I'm hating and I'm angry at people and I hate people, that's like me drinking the poison and wishing them all dead.
I honestly think my analogy is a little better.
I don't know, because I think the poison is killing you inside.
No, it is. It is killing you inside. You're right.
Yeah.
But mine is more you're stuck in a jail cell forever because you hate some dude.
But yeah, I thought you were just guarding the jail cell. Oh, you're
Same way.
inside. You're inside.
You're there. No, but you're there. Like, there's a jail. Tom's
Right.
in the jail, right?
Why is Tom in a jail?
Because he's there.
You angry at Tom?
No, I love Tom. And he's there, like, and then I'm over here just watching him.
Right, but he's really not even in there.
Right,
in your mind,
I'm
in your
stuck
mind.
here.
Exactly, you're
I'm
stuck
stuck
there.
here in this place.
Guarding a jail where he's not even
Being
there.
angry for no
Because
reason.
most of the people...
Because I want to be happy.
Right, exactly. So most of the people that anybody's hating on or doesn't like or anything like that, they're not sitting at home.
Oh, yeah, they don't
sitting
care.
there caring about the whole time that you're thinking about
Yeah,
them.
there's nothing at all comes out of it.
Right.
The person that you're hating on doesn't care,
Right.
more than likely. And if they do, then you should not hate them. You should try and realize why they care. I mean,
Right.
they might want to be a good friend.
Right.
And you should actually try and be an adult about it. But
Absolutely.
on the other sense, whatever, dude.
So our whole point is like, especially holiday time.
Yeah, love each other, man.
Yeah, I mean, just
No hate needed, just love.
give yourself a heart checkup. See what you're about.
What's that song?
Check your heart.
Oh, what's
The heart.
Give a happy face. They sing it in the Scrooge. The one. Yeah, take a little piece of my heart. Yeah, you know, and the world can be a better place, and the world can be a better place for you and me. Just wait and see. Yeah, nailed it. Good job, dude.
Till next time, guys, grab yourself something cold to drink, put your feet up, relax. We'll meet you at the lounge. We'll probably get the monetized.
No way we were
singing.
even that close, dude. We were not.